What's going on, creators? Anthony here, and in this video we're going to talk about motion tracking in CapCut. Okay, now motion tracking in CapCut is super easy and it gives you a really cool, unique look to your content. So let's imagine this is a YouTube video where we're doing a product review and I want a graphic to pop up on screen, but I want it to actually track the movement of this gimbal and stick with it. All we need to do here is first design our little text graphic. So I'm going to use the text tool, bring some default text down. My favorite font is Resolve, and we'll throw a background on it and round out the corners. Okay, so here we go. We've got our graphic. Now, we got to position this, time it up where we want it to actually show up. I think right here is good. And all we have to do with that graphic selected, come up to the text tab, and you'll see to the right we have a tracking tab. Select that, and now this option right here is motion track. Now, big key, when you start this process, you want to make sure that you're starting at the beginning of your clip. That will just make it easiest. You don't want to kind of start tracking like here midway through the graphic. Just start at the very beginning. So you'll notice when I hit that motion track button, we get this yellow box on screen. And this is basically CapCut asking, hey, what do you want me to track? Now, defining a good tracking point is very important. The way CapCut will basically track something is based off of contrast and color and how easy it is to spot that object. If I were to take this box and say, hey, CapCut, track this right here, they'd be like, I have no idea what that is. We're just in a sea of kind of nothingness. Whereas on the flip side, if I said, hey, CapCut, track this right here, we have a very high contrast black and white area right here, which is easier for the program to track. So all I need to do is put the box around the thing I want to track, and then we're going to position the graphic wherever we want it to be in relation to the tracked object. Now, from there, 90% of the time, I'm going to come and turn off scale and distance. I've found that trying to track those along with it messes up the tracking and it just doesn't look professional. And now all I have to do is hit start. And look at that. We actually had our graphic going a little too long into the next clip. But now if we play through it, the graphic perfectly tracks with the gimbal. That just looks super pro, and I love how accurate their tracking is. But we're not done. Usually I recommend also animating our text so it doesn't just pop in. We want it to animate it. So we'll select our text, come up to animation, and then our in animation, usually I just do a simple zoom. Or we can do bounce in, that one looks good. So now if you play through just the intro, that's gonna actually bounce in, and then we can select the text again, animation out, and we can do, let's do another one. That's pretty cool. So I chose roll out, and that looks cool. I like the way that kind of flickers out like film almost. So it pops in, tracks, and then tracks out. Very, very cool. Now we have another clip here that will just do a very simple, similar example. This is a clip from a road trip I went on in a converted school bus. And we have our little bus down here. If I wanted to drag a graphic down, we'll actually use a preset here. So let's get something with an arrow. I think we have notation. Yeah, I like this one. So we'll bring this down onto our frame. We'll resize it and say, hey, that's us. There we go. And here we'll actually start mid-clip and show you that it does still work. And we actually need to start this right around here when the bus actually comes into frame. That looks good. All right, so we'll start tracking right around here. Come up to the tracking tab, motion track. We're going to bring our box around our little school bus, and I will adjust it And now we'll actually uncheck scale and distance and hit start. And you can see it tracked forward and then it also tracked back a little bit. And now if we play through this, that looks super cool. Another kind of professional effect that CapCut has made very easy to use. So that's Motion Tracking 101. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one.